Friday, May the 28th, 2022, and I'm about to undertake book 1, walk 46, which I last did again 13 years ago, July 2009. So on the old mobile again, and I had a little listen to that yesterday, that walk, and it was almost inaudible, so massively in need of updating. Now this walk is interesting because the station that I've just disembarked at is also a railway museum, still here, the East Anglian Railway Museum, and I just want to check to see if that DMU, the diesel multiple unit, which I think is that one over there, still has the hitching head code on it, as it did when I last filmed it. No head code there at all now. Let's have a little butcher's. We've got a good day today, which is why I've deferred it from yesterday when it was too windy for filming really, and besides which the weather is actually better today, albeit there's a bit of cloud about. There is still a breeze, but not as bad as yesterday by a long stroke. You can hear that peahen in the background, guinea fowl or whatever it is. Good walking day actually, temperature's about 18 degrees with a northwesterly breeze. It's about 12:15 now, so plenty of time hopefully to get back for the 5:36, because thereafter if I miss that it's an hour's wait. LNER board here, not sure why. The LNER obviously runs now out of King's Cross through my town, up to Leeds, etc., Newcastle and Scotland. No, nothing more to see down this end. Got a modern carriage here, which is interesting because the train I've just got off to Sudbury is one of the modern Greater Anglia trains, yet the one out of Liverpool Street to Marks Tay was one of the old antique crates again. That hasn't improved in 13 years, I can tell you. However, going home this evening, I do plan to take the Elizabeth line, give that a test, because it's only 2 minutes to Farringdon on that new line, so a couple of minutes quicker than the tube. But I'll give it a go so I can work out the interchange at Farringdon, because I think that'll be helpful for future walks, both east and west, for example into Oxfordshire, out to Reading. Some kind of old shunter over there, but you can't see much from the platform that I'm on. That's why these carriages are in the way, to stop you seeing too much, I think. So there you go. Information panel here about Chappel and Wakes Colne and its viaduct, which we will see shortly. Some information here about the main station buildings dating back to 1891, and the station master's office. There is the old station building. Now I don't know if that's the same engine that was there 13 years back. This has now been painted black. It was a kind of burgundy colour when I filmed it previously, but I'm pretty sure that the one I filmed 13 years ago is now stood outside Stratford station. Either that or it's a twin, because I noticed that in 2012 when I was working over that way, that I thought that's the engine from Wakes Colne when it turned up outside Stratford. I might be wrong, and maybe someone can correct me. But if that's the same beast there, they've repainted it. Now walking away from the station down Station Road. So there is part of the viaduct. 7 million bricks in it, 75 foot high at its peak. General store just at the bottom of Station Road for anyone that needs to top up on supplies prior to starting the walk. Just to confirm where we are. Nice memento there. Well, that's interesting. This bridge has been reconstructed since I was last here. Crossing over the River Colne, which gives its name to a lot of places around here, and of course Colchester. Got the Swan pub ahead of me there. There is said river going under the viaduct. Which I seem to have got a better view of last time I was here. Maybe these trees, these willows, have infilled the view. Not to worry, I'm all for that. Yet another pub looking for staff. Seems to be a burgeoning problem, this. I hope it doesn't lead to their closure. Passing the old C of E school. Got something here called the Chappel Village Poppy Trail. Google that if you want to learn more. Passing the old St Barnabas Chapel. Wonderful, eh? Can just about make the name out there on that rather weathered board. Notice the old wooden spire there. So the first of the Essex Authority steps here. They're not that good at maintaining their footpaths, so I read, and I know that from the South East Walker newspaper. So let's see how many times I have to get the Pathwatch app out today for what it's worth. Don't know if I mentioned this is an 11-mile walk today or thereabouts. So let's hope I can stay on track and keep it that way this week. Wonderful field of buttercups over there. Look at that. Fantastic. This is definitely cuckoo territory. So I'm wondering if I will hear cuckoos on number 7. Because last week I also heard a female unbeknownst to me. I checked it out when I got back. And lo and behold, yeah, a strange gurgling noise I heard was a female. Yeah, it's taken me so long to redo this video because timing of trains is not conducive with a network card. Now I've got the senior version. I can get out of Hitchin just before 10 and it's feasible. The Saturday Walkers Club were down here last week on a Wednesday, so I know the path is okay because there weren't any adverse comments from them, and they might have traipsed down a bit of the vegetation for me. Let's see. And as you can see there, we're following the Colne Valley Path, passing a large pond, small lake on my right. And there is a bird of prey hovering above there. Looks like a buzzard to me, as opposed to anything less common. Now entering a field of sheep, thankfully. Hoping not to encounter any cattle today. Don't recall any from the photos or my previous video on this walk. Now be wary, because this turning on the left is the one we need, just where the tree belt ends. And below me there are cattle over there, but luckily not on my part of the walk currently. A very cool and pleasant section of walking here. Plenty of bird life within. Wonderful song, eh? White throat, I believe, as opposed to the black cap. Still not certain. So this cross paths do not continue straight on, but come out right into the field. Walking past another body of water on my left. Looks like a little mini reservoir to me. Definitely got man-made influence written over it. About 150 foot up here, and the heights today range between, I think it's 69 and around 250. Undulating hills, unlike last week, which varied between 4 foot and 40 down in Chichester Harbour. Short distance off this lane, enter Colne Wood on the map. Nice mixed woodland, which would have had a few bluebells a few weeks back. Clearly they've turned now and gone. Passing what now appears to be a dog's home. Various breeds in here. Passing through an old farmyard. And then a field with a couple of bullocks in it. Yeah, luckily they're too busy eating those leaves. Then you come out into cereal country. Colne Wood over on my left there. One thing that definitely spoils Essex from memory is these transmission lines. Seem to have gone up wherever, beautiful area or not. The path isn't signed at all on this section, but using the GPX track and a bit of the map, we do come to where we're supposed to be. And the onward journey is confirmed by that gate in the corner there. Just about 3 miles into the walk now. Cracking afternoon it's turning out to be. Looks like a new section of fence has been put in here. Now got a section of A road walking. Now walking alongside Colne Priory. So we had a priory over in Hitchin the other week. Now this is Colne Priory, which looks like it's opposite the former George pub. Wonderful old door over there, mixed with the modern, the security number code. Information board here, very faded, about the Earl's Colne Priory You can Google that if you wish to learn more. Now walking alongside Earl's Colne golf course. Path blockage here. Wonder if that'll need reporting on Path Watch. Don't think so. Wonderful. Now walking alongside a broader river, and there's plenty of darters and dragonflies about. Still no cuckoo, mind, which surprises me. More of the beasts. Don't recall this previously. Maybe because I didn't have or wasn't so wary of them back then. What's happened in the interim to make me more wary of them? Anyway, they're on the other side of this river, so no worries. This river being the Colne still. Pretty clear as we move away from the golf course now. Decent little course from what I can see. Not that I play, but always like looking at golf courses. Would have been a nice career actually, playing golf. Playing outside, wonderful. Decent surroundings. Even a greenkeeper, lovely. Over the footbridge here, away from the golf course. This has all the hallmarks of a former rail line. I wonder if it is. Didn't notice it in the notes, but as I say, it's got that appearance. Those what I call wild rhubarb leaves are back out next to the river. I bet this wasn't here 13 years ago. Some kind of sluice. On the outskirts of Colne Engaine, and I wonder if that's St Andrews. My lunchtime stop. Can't be too many churches in this place. We're now moving away from the river into higher ground, and after lunch will be the higher or highest ground of the walk today. Yep. Shocking. Shouldn't be in there with a dog anyway. So Colne Engaine has a festival soon, aside from the Jubilee one. To coincide with it, no doubt. I'm going to take the path round the field. Bunting everywhere. Lunch awaits. Ukrainian flag being flown. What a wonderful church, and I do recall this. Number of seating opportunities available here. Wonderful feature. So we're about 5.5 miles into the walk, so around halfway exactly, and this marks an ideal location for breaking. There is the Five Bells pub immediately opposite the church, which by all accounts is one of the best pubs on any SWC walk from what I read. I wouldn't know myself, but that's what the walkers say. Very welcoming, top quality food, lovely garden, etc. And no doubt a cracking view. About 177 foot up here, so you're going to get a decent view. But as per usual, I'm going to take this seat, which is the quieter of the two. There are only two in this church, and thanks to Isaac Baker Brown and Catherine Brown, daughter of a previous reverend, rector. Fantastic. It's around 2:30, so lunch is served. 3:10, lunch has been had, and I'm unable to get in the church today. Not to worry. So there's the Five Bells, which looks very decent indeed. So actually I have now got in. There was people in here earlier. Wonderful, eh? Lots of leaded glass in here. The old bell tower and the organ. And that's that, St Andrew's, Colne Engaine. Interesting gates here at the Lich Gate. Also a village shop here. So away from the village green, which is just behind me, take this footpath between houses here. Said village green. Then leaving Colne Engaine behind me, come out into open agricultural country again. As I say, the high points in terms of feet are going to be this afternoon, henceforth. After a little bit of road walking just in front of Brick House Farm there, as a swallow flies past, take this stile over yonder there. And one thing I've noticed today, having just heard a light plane fly over, very little jet noise, which is interesting considering Stansted's not too far distant. Tend to get all that noise over our way in Hertfordshire. Typical Essex countryside. Plenty of trees around. A bit like East Hertfordshire in many respects here. And blow me, there's a jet going over. Having just said that, mind you, we are coming up to 4 o'clock again, which appears to be their typical landing slot, certainly at Luton. Certainly lots of little tributaries flowing today, Last time I was in Essex, the place was dry as a bone. Can't remember which walk that was, but certainly seeing a decent amount of water today, thankfully. Can smell the remnants of wild garlic here, ransoms, which has also gone to seed, but the aroma remains. Our onward journey at this juncture is left through woodland. There are a number of fallen trees on this section, so I don't know if the 4 or 5 walkers noticed that last week and reported it, but they are passable easily enough. Then we come out into agricultural again. The old chiff chaff's still about, less so though at the moment as they're nesting. As we approach the fishing lake on the map, this bit's a bit tricky with a day sack on your back, probably should be reported. So there you go, Colchester Anglian Preservation Society. Plenty of geese out on the water as we approach a small car park. And there is a seat behind me here for those that are interested. Preston's Lake. Okay. Okay, this is where I should be walking, or should have been walking. I was actually down there next to the lake, and that is not the footpath. Plenty of fishermen down there, but that is not the footpath, and it hits a dead end full of brambles. So luckily I managed to escape out through these trees, and this is our onward journey. Should have realised really, because I was very close to the fishermen and they wouldn't want me disturbing their fish, so yeah, my fault. We now have another section of what looks like lime trees. Wonderful. Plenty of bird song now for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then it tapers off, hits Midsummer's Day, and that's that for the year. Just under a month to go to the longest day, the day I do not like. It's gone so quick this year, eh? Clear evidence of footpath maintenance going on here by the county council, I presume. Not too badly done either. That's a recent addition, good to see as well. A serious burrow there. It's about a foot in circumference, that. And another more recent addition. It's got to be badgers, isn't it? That size. So at this juncture I should have turned right. If you carry on straight as I just did, come to those badger sets, you've gone too far. Although it's not evident on the GPX track anyway, or on the ground in terms of signage, that's the way you want. No indicator on the finger post. Walking alongside a wheat field now. There is a finger post hidden in there somewhere. Indicating that we turn right here, follow the wood's edge. Loads of this purple plant here that the bees love, as you can see. Can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure someone will tell me. We're in a damp area again. Loads of it. And the bees are giving off a hum here. audible hum as opposed to the other one. So you come out onto a lane where we turn off soon, right into another lane. Take this right towards Garland's Farm and Valiant's. And that is quite a busy road I've just come from. B road, but 4 cars passed me in the short distance that I walked. Whatever chemical he's using there, I can smell at the moment. Wind's bringing it over my way. I'm not sure if we export any wheat, I doubt that very much, but we need to be keeping every grain that we can get our hands on this year, with the war in Ukraine being what it is. Otherwise everything made from wheat is going to shoot through the roof. Probably be more expensive than the gluten-free stuff. Shocking. Passing Garland's Farm. There's the actual farmhouse. Very pleasant it is as well. There is a track in the woodland here marked Lamush Park on the map, but the official route is by the edge of the wood, so I'll stick with that after last week's debacle. Interesting, it looks like the official path takes you through the wood after all. So, choice is yours. Passing Polstead's farm on the map, down this quiet country lane. Just past Polstead's farm, take this path through this tree belt. Wonder what that old shack is there, middle of nowhere. The old yellowhammer there. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, it's gone. Anyway, good to hear. We're now taking this byway in front of Ravensfield Farm. Now more quiet lane walking. Wonderful. Prior to turning off right here, walking alongside a dike. Another very pleasant section of walking as we approach the ferriers on the map. But on another day, when it's wet underfoot, this could be a different story. Yeah, I remember them, come across them before. I must say these posts look new, as does the route that I've just followed. Hasn't bedded in yet, it's at an angle as well. So yeah, I reckon they've rerouted it slightly, because I read in the notes, I think this is a pretty, or was, a pretty wild section of walking at times, in terms of vegetation, etc. Well, we're not far from Bures now, but I'm not going to get to 1736. It's already 1714, and yeah, I just can't do that last mile in that time, I don't think. We'll give it a go, but it's not looking rosy. I'm going to miss it and be stuck there for an hour. Still, I think the worst place is to be stuck. Okay, made it, but didn't have time to go into the actual village and film the church, etc. up there. I've got 3 minutes till the train arrives, otherwise it's another hour. So once again, I haven't totally finished the walk really, but I have done 12 miles, or recorded 12 miles, 4.5 hours. So a little bit longer than I was anticipating because I got lost a little bit. But anyway, very good walk that, highly recommended. And I didn't remember it at all. So 13 years on, my memory's going. Certainly didn't remember that, but that's no problem, because it was like a fresh walk to me, and a very good one in the kind of conditions we've had today, which were excellent. So, book 1, walk 46, once again completed. So I doubt I'll be doing this again in my lifetime, because it's an awkward one to get at, but highly recommended for others. Till the next time, take care.